Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tiny Blue Games Mobile. My name is, of course, Csaw or Chris, and today we're talking about Black Desert Mobile in 2019. Now, this is a new game that's come out for mobile devices. It is an existing game that's been on PC for quite a while, and it's a game on PC that has a very both positive and negative sort of side to it. Positively, it's one of the best combat systems, one of the best MMO environments and graphics that I've ever seen, and it offers a fair bit of playability in terms of what you want to go and explore in the world. It's a very immersive world, and it feels like quite a different MMO, which I really do appreciate. The downside to the PC version has always been that there's a little bit of pay to win to it. And people will go back and forth about how pay to win it is, what you can do for free, and if it's worth playing it for free. It is a buy to play game on the PC as well, so you have to pay, I think it's like $10. It's a really cheap entry fee. And then what it ends up being is that a lot of people buy stuff from the cash shop to keep playing. You don't need to, but that's kind of the negative side of things. So let's take a look at the mobile version. First and foremost, the graphics are absolutely stunning. As someone who enjoyed a lot of that side of the PC version, the mobile version definitely brings it to the phone, and I really did enjoy that. Right from the character creator tool, you're able to really transform your character in any way possible. And what I found it very much enjoyable on mobile devices is for the features where you can kind of stretch your face and sort of change your features with dragging the actual sculpted face. You can now do this with a touchscreen, so you can really get in there and use your fingers to change your features. And it's one of those things, and I've talked about this in a few different videos now, where it's a functionality that actually plays better with mobile devices and touchscreens than computers. Because yes, you can do it with a mouse, but it actually feels better to go in there and use your fingers to adjust it. So I always love seeing games that do capitalize on that, because I think the market for mobile MMOs, there's way too much negativity in terms of bringing games to mobile devices. It's always looked at through all the most negative lenses. We never really talk about the possible pros of bringing some games to mobile devices. So that was a really cool idea. You do have a lot of character customization options. You could spend, forever in there, just doing whatever you want, and it feels very similar to the one you get in the PC, which is kind of nice because it does treat it like a full game. From that, you're brought into the world. You have a little cutscene with your dark little ghost guy. It's a pretty large game, actually. I should mention this too. It's like a 2.5 gigabyte game, so it's a pretty large game. All the footage that you're seeing here is on my Pixel 3 device. I actually felt like the game ran very well. I didn't play for much more than half an hour in this one sitting, but my battery that was at half charge, I guess, it remained pretty stable and didn't deplete too quickly. I feel like if you did play for an extended period of time, you obviously would start to have diminishing returns once the device got quite warm and all that, but it was pretty good. I didn't have any issues connecting, which I know was another big issue people have been facing with the first few days of the game's launch, much like a launch of any actual MMO game, so that's kind of cool. And if anything, it says that, hey, this is a pretty popular game right now. And that was definitely evident from the moment I got in there, because I saw people rushing around, doing like quests and stuff like that. So that was really nice. Now, the game does give you kind of a bit of a tutorial. It teaches you how to move, how to attack. You have sort of the quests that you're doing on the right side of your screen, and you can click them to auto run to them. Now, as far as I've been able to tell, you're not able to auto complete or auto do combat in the game yet, which are two very big thumbs up for me if you aren't able to do that, because although I do love the auto navigation, I really, really hate it when games have auto complete and auto, like when you can just AFK and leave yourself to get to whatever level, because I think it just takes out too much of the challenge of the MMO. Now, the actual combat, once again, feels really, really good. They've done a really good job of bringing some of the best classes from the original game. Not all of them are in the game yet, and I suspect that they'll use those as very timely pieces of content to add to the game. A very smart decision that I've seen, like MapleStory M, they add a new class every so often, and it's a really smart way of them to draw people in again, because they're like, hey, this new class is here. It's something that people knew were coming because it's in the original PC version, and it's just a fun way to update the game. So I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to that as well. But the combat feels really good. You have your one toggle for movement, and then you have the traditional kind of action keys. There is combos in this as well. I'll have to get to a bit of a higher level to see how well they play with the actual combat for mobile, but the combat felt really good. And what's more is that I actually felt like the monsters were hitting me. I felt like if I didn't chain my attacks properly and I got interrupted or I got knocked down, I actually felt like I was in danger from time to time, even in the starting area, which is really big because a lot of mobile MMOs, I generally feel like are even easier than their computer counterparts. So a very cool thing to see, in my opinion. Now, the biggest highlight and kind of frustration is that there was actual damage numbers in the mobile game. When you hit something, you saw how much damage you hit it for. I don't know if I'm just really bad at Black Desert on the computer, but I was not able to find a way to display that number on the computer. And not having damage numbers, although it doesn't sound like a huge thing, is one of the main reasons Black Desert Online could not become or be one of my primary MMOs, because although yes, you can see your gear, you can see how you're getting more powerful, I always love seeing how my damage improves. I just think it's a really good feedback tool to help encourage progression. So I don't know, I'm really excited to see it in the mobile game, and B, I'm just wondering if this is something that I just didn't figure out how to turn on the PC version and I suck or something like that. So yeah, there you go. In terms of the initial gameplay, you do end up doing a lot of back and forth quests right away, whereas a lot of other, specifically the most recent video we covered, Perfect World Mobile, many other MMOs on mobile devices and regular MMOs will have kind of a instanced first situation that you're brought into that really allows you to play with the combat system at a higher level and really experience the excitement of the game. I feel like Black Desert Online Mobile really missed out on this because you do a lot of walking back and forth, which A, is very similar to how it's done in other mobile games, and B, is kind of boring compared to actually hacking and slashing. Now, granted, within 10 minutes you are hacking and slashing, but I think it would be a very big benefit to them to have that way earlier, by either jumping into an instance where you are just a higher level version of your class and you get to go full tilt against some enemies for a little bit, or if it is, I don't know, more tutorial focused on just the actual combat and then you get to the quests. But I definitely think that's something that they could look forward to. Now, the other thing I'm really excited about is that this game also has a lot of the world building and different features that the PC version has, including mounts, including enchanting, that kind of stuff. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you get to play with that isn't touched in this initial first look at the game, that I'm really excited about to get into and make some further videos about. But yeah, guys, if you are considering it, I definitely think you should check out Black Desert Online Mobile. I think it's a really well polished mobile game right now. We're yet to see how pay to win this version becomes and if it will succeed in the long term. But certainly join the hype and just try it out if you're looking for a new game for your mobile device. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy getting this type of content, I would love it if you subscribed. But anyways, we'll see you in the next video.